Hello, hello, possums. Yes, it is I, the conspicuous moo, once again. And today talking about tents and the problem with where the vast majority of the tents go. So, getting tented in Turtle WoW is getting increasingly challenging. So it's probably time to talk about what can be done. So, first of all, what are these tents and what do they do? Should say that in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, shouldn't I? So, what are these tents and what do they do? Well, Turtle WoW has some additional secondary skills, and one of those is survival. Now, the survival skill has a few unique things that you can make. You pick it up in Nessingwaring's camp, and, so it's anyone below 30, it's a bit of a risk to shoot across into Stranglethorn Vale and go and get it. But you can make things like torches, bright campfires that have twice the spirit buff, and fishing boats that give you another fishing bonus on top, and these all important tents. Now, the Traveller tents in the game last for 20 minutes, and they greatly increase your rested XP while you're standing under them. So this does make them super useful for leveling characters, and they even stack up to 5, I think, but I am happy to be corrected on that score. While they can't be placed absolutely everywhere, you can't put them in cities, for example, some will end up outside Orgrimmar or Stormwind so everyone can get their rested XP up. It's a neat, beneficial, and actually an old skill that never actually made it to the original vanilla World of Warcraft. But by far the most popular place for putting these tents is the Gurabashi Arena, which at first glance seems like a rather odd choice. Why? Well, because the two capital cities both have fight organisers who can teleport you straight there for your rested XP fix. And because communication is cross-faction, that means that the arena makes an ideal place for everyone to gather together and put all their tents down. Well, it's almost ideal, isn't it? Because I'm sure that some of you have already spotted the problem with this. Gurabashi Arena is, as the name suggests, a PvP environment, or to be more precise, it's a PvA environment. Player versus all means it's every man for himself. It means that everyone who wants to get the treasure chest in the middle will be climbing over everyone else's broken bodies in order to get it. Now, of course, this kind of environment is not exactly safe for leveling characters who are searching for some tented rest, to put it mildly. Some will get flagged for PvP, and that makes them extremely vulnerable to high-level players who want an easy kill, or people who just want to attack other people in the open world. Now, ordinarily, this wasn't too much of an issue, as there simply just weren't enough PvP enthusiasts out there, fully flagged, looking to engage in world PvP and gank a few tent huggers. But several factors have now converged to increase the amount of salt and ill will that's flying about now. So there is the enthusiastic take-up of the Glyph of War, which increases your XP gain by 30%, but also flags you constantly for PvP. Now, you have to add a dash of, new players to the server who are either interested in PvP or want to take advantage of this Glyph of War, so they're going to take it, get the 30% XP, but also be PvP flagged. And to finish up, there are a couple of PvP guilds as well who aren't ashamed of going after anyone who was unfortunate enough to be flagged and in their range. These things all mixed together means that, once was a relatively uncommon inconvenience for people who wanted to put all their tents in the Gurabashi Arena, is now turning into a relentless bloody gank fest, with choice words being thrown around in a very salty tempest of fury. Such things are hardly conducive to a happy player base, so what can be done? Well, first of all, as always, I would like to make it clear that PvP flagged players attacking other PvP flagged players is absolutely fine, as are PvP guilds and war mode players. And world PvP, unfair as it is also absolutely fine. The PvPers aren't doing anything wrong by attacking peaceful but highly vulnerable tenters, even if they're AFK, it doesn't matter. The only thing that is really against the rules in that respect is corpse camping, because apparently that is not allowed on the server, and I'd like to make that clarification. But anyway, I digress. So, while I totally support the PvP player's position there, I've also got to see it from the PvE player perspective, because that's who I am. I'm not a PvPer at all. And, it's not their fault that the most tents are in a free-for-all arena of all places. They just want to be left alone to level as efficiently as possible without getting repeatedly stomped and running back to their bodies. The solution is, in my opinion at least, obvious. You just need to make another location the tent embassy of choice. Now, the one that appeals to me most personally is the Shimmering Flats, where the raceway is in Thousand Needles, because there's plenty of good additional work that's already been done on there on Turtle WoW, and you can turn the whole place into a sanctuary, absolutely chockers with RP events and racing, and of course all the canvas you can crawl under. It would probably have to be another portal, but if you felt like being creative in the design, you could send players off on one of those big rockets and load screen them into the raceway after that. The Sanctuary suggestion is just basically to separate the two parties, you know. I'm sure there will be some world PvPers and war mode users who would be disappointed that, you know, the Gurabashi Arena isn't the place of choice to put down all of these tents. But, you know, there needs to be a certain amount of separation, and you can at least take comfort from the fact that the people you're attacking actually want to engage in PvP with you. Because at the end of the day, there is plenty of room for everyone on this turtly version of Azeroth. You know, the Gurabashi Arena is by its very nature the playground for bloodthirsty, greedy, goblin-hugging treasure munchers. So, you know, let's have a place for the Templars too. Hopefully, you know, that will ease a lot of the ongoing tension that has been creeping up between the two sides. At least a little, anyway. Anyway, so that's my suggestion. So what do you think? Is it inspired or unoriginal? Cracking or just plain cack? At the moment, this isn't one of my greatest problems. My greatest problem is, am I going to be a bear or a prot warrior? And it's something I need to choose relatively soon, so that's probably my night sorted. I'll be back relatively soon, but until then, I am the conspicuous moose. And are you sure it's safe to snooze?